Alright guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and in this one we're going to be talking about all the new stuff which is coming in the next patch for PC, which is patch 254, and that is dropping on the 20th of January, and it's going to be pretty amazing. There's quite a lot of stuff coming in this one. 6 new dinos, the TEK stuff, a new weapon, and haircuts, which is going to be pretty cool. So we're going to start off by talking about all this stuff, but before we do, if at any point in this video you find yourself liking this video, make sure that you beat the crap out of that like button. Okay, let's go. Okay, so first of all, we're going to be talking about all the new creatures coming in this update. So the first one here is the Ammonite. It is a non-tameable creature found in the ocean. You're going to be able to find them directly on the ocean floor or inside of the ocean and inside of the underwater caves. So maybe even the new ones, but probably mostly the old ones. And this guy's basically best mates with anything in the ocean. And if you were to attack one of these things, everything's gonna get pissed. Everything will come at you because they want to protect it. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like the guardian of the ocean. So basically, if you want to kill one of these things, which you'll probably want to when you hear what they drop, you're gonna have to put up with Mosas, Plessies, Megalodons, Anglers, anything that's down there. It's just gonna come straight at you because you're attacking their friend. So basically, these guys, if you were to kill one, they drop Ammonite Bile, which is going to be used to craft new antidotes for diseases. I'm not sure if it's going to be like for the current disease that's in the game, Swamp Fever, or maybe it's going to be used for a new disease they're introducing. No information about that at all, but they also dropped their shell as well, which you can, and if you see in the picture there, the guy's using a pick on it. You can probably just like harvest this up, and apparently it drops like rare resources, so could that be black pearls, maybe something new? I don't even know, but like black pearls is probably one of the most rare resources on the island, so I imagine it probably will be that. But let me know what you think of this guy. He looks pretty cool. I mean, he's kind of creepy looking at the same time, and I guess that when he starts to get hurt as well, he might even hide inside that shell too, so gonna have to probably have like a really strong creature to actually kill this guy. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to actually go down here and die while trying to kill one of these guys. It's gonna be fun, so let me know what you think about this one, and let's move on. So the second creature coming is the Microraptor. Now this is a non-rideable but tameable carnivore, and it's gonna be pretty cool because this guy is super fast and they attack creatures only around their own size, but when they're tamed, you can get them to attack the rider during PvP. So if there's like an enemy T-Rex or something, you just send one of your little Microraptors in and he'll just kill the rider. It's pretty amazing. So basically, like, these guys, they're the exact same as a Dimorph, except I guess they don't exactly fly. They kind of do a little bit though, because they have those little wings which they can use to glide, and I guess if you can see in the picture, it looks like they're directly just flying at him, but they can't actually fly. So I think that what they do is they like jump up and then they glide towards the player to actually hit them, which is pretty cool. Definitely excited to try out some of these guys. It looks a little, they look like birds in the picture, but like they're not supposed to be able to just completely fly, so maybe they'll like jump off of like high places or something. I don't even know, but pretty cool anyway. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I also think that these guys will also be one of those creatures that you can pick up and like hold on your shoulder or maybe on your back or something. Just a little thought, just something I'm throwing out there, because it's kind of like a small creature, and most small creatures like this one can be picked up. So I don't know, but let me know what you think about this guy, and let's move on. Okay, so the third creature coming is the Perlovia. I think I'm saying that right. It might be Perlovia. I'm not exactly sure. Let me know down below. But basically, this is going to be a non-rideable but tameable carnivore found on the island. Gonna be able to find these guys inside of the jungle, and they are essentially landmines. I'm not even kidding. These guys are pretty cool. So basically, you'll be able to just find them, though. Well, I guess you won't be able to find them very easily, but they will be hidden underneath the ground because they burrow into the ground and wait there for the prey to come like up above them, and then they just jump out and attack you. So pretty cool, and I imagine it'll probably also do some sort of stun effect or something, because like, I mean, it would be a surprise for something to just jump out of the ground and then suddenly it's on you. I don't know, but basically these guys, once they're tamed, you can actually set them to become landmines, because you can just get them to burrow into the ground, but you're not going to be able to do that if there's like enemies or like wild dinos around, so you kind of have to clear the area first, or else like plan out an attack. So I don't think there's gonna be any shenanigans just going into somebody's base and just placing these things everywhere. It's probably gonna not be able to go into the ground when you're near enemy tribes or something. Just a thought there. But yeah, so also these guys, when they are in the ground, they basically hibernate too, so they don't really need food, which is super handy. So yeah, let me know what you think of these guys. I'm pretty excited to just see people get scared and poop themselves once they see one of these things, because I imagine they're gonna make the animation pretty scary. Like, just to, like, I don't know, maybe would it come out from behind you or in front of you? I don't even know, but like, I could just imagine it, like, just walking by and then suddenly this thing's like, what? Like, jumps in your face and just starts gnawing at you and killing you. I don't even know, but like, that picture right there looks, it's kind of a little bit self-explanatory. They kind of just leap out of the ground. And I'm kind of also wondering, are we going to be able to see them in the ground? Is it going to be very subtle, or is it going to be completely invisible? I imagine they will have to make it like a slight little hint, like the rock golems, where obviously the rock golem's rock looks the exact same. So maybe these guys will have like a little marking on the ground if they're there, so the enemy tribes can be slightly warned. I don't really know completely, but that's just a thought. Let me know what you guys think about these guys, and let's move on. Okay, so this is the next creature. This is the Basilosaurus. So this guy is a tameable and rideable water creature, and they have some drawbacks. These guys are only really found in the shallows of the water, and they can't really go down to the depths of the ocean because they can't handle the pressure. As you can see, there's a dead one in the picture there at the bottom. I don't know if you can actually spot that. So basically, it's a huge drawback for these guys, because if you were to tame one of these things and you were to go down to the bottom of the ocean, it will start taking damage. Or I guess, I don't know, there's probably like a certain level where it starts taking damage, and maybe when you're at the very bottom it takes a lot. That's probably how it works. So the other, like, the plus from actually taming one of these guys is that they help insulate you, so they will protect you from the hot and the cold, which is kind of useful, but not really. I wouldn't really bother taming one of these guys if that's the only use for them. But also, if you were to kill one of these guys, they're more useful to kill, basically. If you were to kill one of these guys, you can harvest up their blubber, which can be used to craft an advanced version of gasoline, which lasts a lot longer, which is like, that's pretty handy. I mean, it's gonna make a new type of farming, so you're gonna have to go into the ocean a bit more. They're definitely trying to draw like players into the ocean before they introduce this underwater base update, which is coming later on, like February, probably March at this stage, with the drawbacks or with the pushbacks even. But they're definitely drawing players into the ocean to actually play in there a little bit more, and once we have the underwater bases, this type of thing will be very, very useful. So you can tame these guys, and they are definitely a passive tame from the dossier. You can basically just feed them, hand feed them, same as like an ichthy. But the problem with this is, and like, it just seems like there's more reward just to kill them than tame them because of all their drawbacks, because they have another one here. If you were to try to tame one of these guys, they have like a bunch of predators following them, because the way that they eat is they kill, they eat some, and then they go away and they leave the rest. So they never really finish their meal. So that means that there's like probably a bunch of creatures following them, like mantas and whatnot, as you can see in the picture. And they will just eat up all the dead corpses, whatever, and then they'll just keep following. And if you were to try to tame one of these guys, all those creatures get aggroed on you because you're not feeding them. There's no dinner for them, basically, and they're pissed. So kind of I don't really know how useful this guy is actually going to be. I mean, I don't know how useful he's going to be for combat in the water, like if he's going to be very fast. It doesn't really mention anything about that, but definitely gonna just stick to killing these guys, to be honest. I mean, it doesn't really seem worth like actually taming some of these things to use them a lot. I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you think about them. I think that they're kind of pointless, besides the fact that you can kill them and just harvest the blubber. That sounds really good, but all the drawbacks kind of don't really make it worthwhile taming. So yeah, let me know what you think about them, and let's move on. Okay, so this is the Baryonyx, and this is a tameable and rideable dino found on the island, and this thing only eats fish meat, which is cool. So basically, this guy is going to be very fast, and he can be ridden on the land and in the water as well, like a Sarco or a Capro, which is pretty cool. And they can be used to gather fish and prime fish very efficiently. Oh, That's gonna become a joke. Okay, anyway, so basically these guys can actually take on like very strong mounts, and they can be healed instantly or almost instantly by just eating some fish meat. So I don't know if you have to force tame them or force feed them the fish meat, or if you were to just leave it in their inventory and they'll just constantly be healing. I hope it's the second one there. That would be a lot better. So yeah, that's kind of the Baryonyx. They don't actually attack land dinos, which is kind of cool. So I'm kind of wondering, like, are they gonna attack humans at all? Probably not. Like, you're probably gonna be able to walk right up to them. So they might actually be a passive tame. But either way, if they're a knockout or a passive tame, they're gonna want prime fish meat, or else obviously they're kibble. But if you don't have that, the prime meat probably won't work because they don't even eat that. So it's a pretty cool dino. I can't wait to see it. As you can see in the picture there, it looks like it's taking down like a Sarco, or it might be a Capro. So not exactly sure about the size, but I will be checking out all of these dinos in the dev kit pretty soon. So if you guys want to see that, make sure that you subscribe. And yeah, let's move on to the last creature here, and then we'll talk about all the rest of the stuff. Okay, so this is the last creature coming in this update, and man, there's so many creatures in this update, it's gonna be insane. But this is the last one. This is the Thylakoid Leo. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. I'm not gonna really go into that too much. So this guy is a tameable and rideable carnivore, and he is found in the jungles of the island, where they lurk in the trees waiting for their prey to pass below them. Sounds pretty cool so far. And once they pass below them, they can drop down and they can stun and attack their prey, and they can hold their prey still with their massive jaws. I mean, I've seen this guy in the dev kit. He looks really cool. So basically, when they have their prey like clamped down, it's probably going to be the same as like a Megalosaurus or a Capro, the way it actually holds onto them. So we'll probably also have to do a video of showing all the creatures this guy can actually grab. So definitely look forward to that. But once it has them in its jaws, it can start like swiping with its massive claws, which look terrifying, by the way. It uses those things for climbing, so they have to be really, really sharp. So this thing's probably going to be very, very strong. Anyway, once you have these guys tamed, you can climb up the trees in the island, which I can't wait to do that. That's going to be cool on the redwood. I might even just make a redwood base just to have some of these guys. And I do imagine you'll be able to use them inside of the normal forest, inside of the jungles of the island. I don't like a lot of the trees are very small, so maybe there's like limitations. I guess we'll wait and see. But you can use these guys to climb up into the trees and plan attacks, and you just completely ambush your enemies. As you can see in a picture there's a guy riding on one, and it's just coming down the tree, and it's about to pounce on those innocent people. So as you can see up the top there as well, there's a symbol for a bear trap, which means that it can kind of just completely hold them still. So when it has them in its jaws, they can't move at all. So you're probably gonna have to, if you get clamped, you're probably gonna have to kill whatever, like if it's holding on to you, or else there might be a time limit. I guess we'll wait and see for that one. And then there's like a little bit of an icon to the left of that. I guess that means that it's like a pounce, perhaps. So maybe that means that it can like jump really high or something. I guess it's kind of hard to tell. Also, you can see there on the full left hand side there's a player on top of one, and I think it's attacking another one. It's either, yeah, that looks like one. Yeah, no, it has the tail. I thought it might have been like a dire bear for a second there, but it's not as fat as a dire bear. So as you can see, they can probably also clamp onto each other as well, which is kind of cool. So tree combat with some of these guys, anyone? That sounds fun. Alright, so that is all the creatures. So now we're going to move on to the rest of the stuff here. So basically the whole tech tier phase 1 was completely pushed back out of this update that was supposed to come out on the 21st. It came out on the 23rd. The tech tier was completely taken out of it because obviously I guess they had issues or something, or I don't even know. I guess I don't know if they're actually going to explain what happened, but the tech rifle, the tech armor, the tech replicator, the Rex helmet and saddle, all this stuff will be coming in this next patch, which is pretty cool. I have a video about all this information. I talked about it all in detail and everything. So if you guys want to hear about all that, you can, I guess I'll drop a link down below so you can watch that if you want to. Also in this update, there will be growable hair and scissors for haircuts, and you'll be able to grow beards and stuff. So you're gonna have like very customizable characters, and this is pretty neat. This late in Arc, we're actually getting something like this. This is kind of promising. Maybe we're gonna get like different like hair colors as well. Maybe you'll be able to like dye your hair after a while, because you know, if you have already made your player, then your hair is like predetermined, you know, you've already got that hair color. So if you pick like blonde, you already have blonde. So I wonder if we're gonna actually get like dyed hair and stuff. I don't know, it'd be kind of neat for like customizing your players. Sounds pretty cool. One last thing coming in this update is the lance, which will be a new weapon, and this thing is probably going to be used to knock players off of mounts, which is kind of cool. I can't wait to like joust other players with these things. I don't know, like get on top of like a Megalosaurus or something, or oh no, a Megalosaurus, and then like make like a little jousting competition with these things. That would be kind of cool. Anyway, I'm pretty excited for all of this stuff. This is a lot of stuff to take in, like 6 new creatures, all the Tector stuff, all of the other stuff, so make sure that you clear your schedule out for whenever this is coming out. I think, let me check what date it's actually coming out on, or what day it will be. It will be a Friday, or is it? Yeah, it's a Friday, I think. Yeah, so anyway, it's gonna be coming out on like basically at the weekend, so that's gonna be pretty cool. It probably will be pushed back. Maybe some of the stuff will be taken out of the update too. I guess we'll wait and see for all of that. Hopefully it's not torn apart slightly and thrown into the next update, which would really disappoint me. Especially if the Thyla was actually removed from it. That would also really disappoint me. I'm really excited for that guy. He's gonna be one of my favorite dinos, I can tell already. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you beat the crap out of that like button. If you guys want to see all of this stuff in the dev kit, which I'm going to be doing in a couple days, or if you guys want to see all of the taming of these stuff later on, you can subscribe. And I've got a lot of other stuff going on the channel as well. You guys can check that out if you want to. But anyway, I will see you guys next time.